We fly all the way from Tanzania, Africa to Canada, because right now Tanzania, we are looking for quality investment.
The theme was to let the diaspora community know what investment opportunities lie back home. So we had a speaker from the Tanzanian Investment Center.
If you have a business and it's registered and you're looking for capital, there are several government initiatives.
Mayor Patrick Brown is really open and empowering our communities, black specifically.
And businesses that have the idea of wanting to take advantage of the North American market, you have me to interface with for that to be possible as well.
I am here in the capacity of a realtor and a resident here in Brampton, as well as my colleague here, who is part of Biashara Africa Business Club.
Welcome to AfriCanada Stream. Today we take you to the heart of the CEABEX Conference, the Canada East Africa Business Exchange, held at Brampton City Hall. This event brought together entrepreneurs, government officials, and industry leaders to explore business collaborations between Canada and East Africa. The focus of this year's conference was on the opportunities for the diaspora community to invest in East Africa, while also building thriving businesses here in Canada. Key speakers highlighted the availability of Canadian funding initiatives and the effort that is made by the City of Brampton to support business. Join us as we hear from the delegation from Tanzania, leaders representing Canada, and participant.
When you arrive in this country, you want to add to. We're talking about, when I walked in, I think one of the ministers from Tanzania was really highlighting these great opportunities that were raised back in Tanzania.
CEABEX, what is it exactly?
So CEABEX stands for Canada East Africa Business Exchange. Our aim is to connect local businesses and diaspora here with businesses from East Africa region so that they can know what investment opportunities lie in the East African region for people who are based here in Toronto, Canada. The theme for this year was to meet with the diaspora community here. The theme was to let the diaspora community know what investment opportunities lie back home. So we had a speaker from the Tanzanian Investment Center who spoke about the investment climate between the two countries, right? How much money has been flowing between the two countries, what is required for trade, how the trading environment is in Tanzania, for example. We also had the Permanent Secretary, Deputy Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Industry and Commerce in Tanzania. He also spoke about the need for investments from the diaspora community back home in Tanzania, right? And we had a panel discussion which involved speakers from Uganda, from Kenya, and from Ghana, and also from here. And they spoke about the challenges that diaspora might face when they want to invest back home and how possibly we can mitigate those challenges.
There was one representative of the government of Canada.
Correct.
Did they promise something?
They promised collaborations. So there's something like they said, I heard it today, it's TFO, which is an initiative set up by the government of Canada to help people who want to invest in Canada or outside of Canada. So they have, especially in the city of Brampton, they're taking huge steps towards helping the diaspora community bring investment into Brampton, and also those who want to export into other countries. There's trade commissioners in all those countries that can help with that process.
What is the input of the city of Brampton in this?
So you saw my colleague Lucy on the panel. She's with the Equity Office, focused on procurement for the black community, basically. Myself as well represented the Economic Development Office, and my portfolio is focused on foreign direct investment from the African and Caribbean nations. So we are supporting this event from that angle.
Okay.
The angle of businesses here, you need to understand about procurement. And businesses that have the idea of wanting to take advantage of the North American market, you have me to interface with for that to be possible as well.
My advice is for us to do something called community of practice. Let's come together, raise funds together, invest in industries in Africa, become successful.
You work for the city of Brampton. I would like first to know, because you are in the government sector, what are those opportunities that are open from the government of Canada in general? What are those opportunities which are open for African today to invest?
Well, so there are so many opportunities that are for every person that is an entrepreneur to invest. I'm currently working on something called Purchasing and Procurement Initiative to check how the businesses over time done business with, Bramptonians at large, but also people in business, because it's not limited to just people who live in Brampton. So on the general, how the government has tried to do business with individuals. And so to make sure that there is a diverse stream for businesses that are considered led by equity deserving people. In other categories, we have Black-led, Black-serving, and Black-mandated. And so to make sure that there is a stream that accommodates these businesses into doing business with the city. That's one. Number two, there are initiatives that the city has created where Black businesses can benefit from startup capital. You see a lot of organizations, when you talk to them, or a lot of businesses, when we have conversations with them, they say that the challenge is finding the capital to start the business. Why haven't you started a business? I didn't have capital. So if you have a business and it's registered and you're looking for capital, there are several government initiatives. There's Black funding that has been set up by the provincial government and the federal government, but there's also municipal ecosystems that are being created to have financing for new businesses that are coming up. In Brampton, for example, through the Black Empowerment Unit, you can, under the Equity Office, you can be able to get up to $5,000 to fund your new business. And that can go to, setting up your business, maybe finding an office space, maybe creating the pamphlets that you need to talk about your business, or a website, or whatever. But we're just trying to make sure that some of these businesses that are set up, the smaller businesses, have a little bit of money to support their starting, to support them grow in terms of doing businesses. And then the second aspect is, of course, building capacity for businesses, where we have a community of practice where you are able to come into a matchmaking session with the city, where they can teach you how to do business, they can tell you how to structure your businesses and make sure that your businesses are aligned to what would qualify to do business with the city.
Kwa hiyo kitu cha kwanza tulichojifunza ni kwamba kuna opportunity ambazo unaweza kufanya, au kuna watu ambao kwenye investors ambao unaweza kukutana nao wakakusaidia katika biashara zako mbalimbali, ambazo kama hapa tunavyoona vendors ambao walikuwepo mbalimbali hapa walioweka katika table zao, ni biashara mbalimbali ambazo wanazifanya, ambao wengi wametokea East Africa na wengine ambao wako hapa Canada pia.
Yes, Mheshimiwa, thank you again. We welcome you here in our country, in Canada. We would like to know first, why was it that much important for you to come all the way from Tanzania to here?
Thank you very much. It's my honor to come to Canada and present my country. We fly all the way from Tanzania, Africa to Canada, because right now Tanzania, we are looking for quality investment. And we are not only attracting investment, but we are looking for technology, and also we are cautious on environmental protection. And we know Canada have done very well in environment, but also have the technology. So in Tanzania, as a government, have created a very conducive investment environment, but we are looking for quality investment. The government have trust in Canada. We have been buying planes. We have revived our national carrier, Air Tanzania, with almost 12 planes from Canada.
From Canada?
New ones, and we paid cash, not on leasehold. So it's So Tanzania, in Tanzania we have capital, we have business, but we needed to generate more exports. We needed to attract more industries, more businesses. So we need to tackle issue of employment, So, and we needed to challenge other countries in the world in export.
Tell me, what are some of those moves that Mayor Patrick Brown here in Brampton have done to promote the trade and exchange between Brampton, Canada, with African countries?
Last year, the leader of delegation that visited to Nairobi, Kenya, we were actually going back this year with the mayor. We're planning to strengthen the relationship between the cities. Mayor Patrick Brown is really open and empowering our communities, Black specifically, and he's very welcome in the African diaspora and as well as our economic to growth and trade. The purpose of our mission this time is to make sure that we get investments from Africa that invest here in the African community, and also take investors from here to invest back in Africa. If we get investors that come here and do business and do well, definitely they're going to take their money and invest it back home. So that is our attention, to see how we can empower the community much more larger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we have some Tanzanian here in Canada. Please, if you have a word to tell them, what can it be?
This Tanzania in Canada, we're inviting them to Tanzania because they have know-how. They have been trained in Canada, working in Canada, and living in Canada.
Yes.
They know how Canada business culture is, Canada business language is. So they want us to bridge the gap, to link us between Tanzania's businesses and Canadian businesses. Right now we are developing real estate sector.
Real estate, yes.
Yeah, we have huge potential in that, building green cities, smart cities, housing problem. So we need to address that one. We want them to come with a Canadian expertise, as well in road construction. We are building railways, as I said in my presentation, and there is a lot, endless business opportunities in Tanzania. And Tanzania is a gateway to East Africa and Southern Africa and Central Africa. As we presented, that Tanzania is neighboring 8 landlocked countries, and due to political instability in some of our neighbors, such as Congo, there is a huge market over there of exporting. And East Africa region, Tanzania itself, it's a 60 million market in terms of population. But East Africa region, it's almost 500 billion people from Sudan, Somalia, South Sudan, Congo, Tanzania, Zambia, Rwanda, Burundi, and Mozambique. Yeah. Even the government is making extra effort in constructing infrastructure. There is a new port built in Tanga known as Mwambani, another one in Bagamoyo, in order to increase exports, facilitate imports and exports. Yeah. And also we have a huge tourism boom at the moment. Most of tourists are coming to Tanzania, and we hope we'll surpass 1 million tourists by end of the year.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Among the people we are having here with us, this is an opportunity again for the East African business to be showcased. And here we have Fatma Nadhir and Biashara Africa Business.
My name is Fatma Nadhir, and I'm a realtor, and I am actually local here in Brampton, as I live in Brampton. And it was a great event today, showcasing East African companies or entrepreneurs that have come together in this event. So it was a great event, and I'm glad to be here. I am here in the capacity of a realtor and a resident here in Brampton, as well as my colleague here, who is part of Biashara Africa Business Club. I'll give her the mic so she can
talk about Biashara,
yes. Biashara Africa Business Club. Jackie?
Hello, yes, once again, this is Jackie Kariuki of Biashara Business Club. As you can see, Biashara Business Club is a dream of three girls, Fatma, Jackie, and Catherine. And our dream is to bring all the Africans together into a hub. We want to support each other. We want to support our businesses. So 2 things we do. 1, we have a directory, Biashara Business Club. If you come and advertise yourself there, people are able to find you. People are able to find your product. We are able to work together. 2, we meet physically, which is called networking. When we meet, we bring speakers, like the speakers we had here today, talking about the opportunities that are in this land. And since we started last year, October, a lot of business has changed hand, and we are very excited at what is going on. And we are encouraging everybody, look at Biashara Business Club, let's promote each other, let's work with each other.
So my advice is for us to do something called community of practice. Let's come together.
My last word would be, I would like to see all Africans community here in Canada to be one. When I say one is, I would like to see us to become behind one another. If there is an event like this that's empowering our business, we all need to show up. Not only 100 or 200 people, but maybe in the thousands, which we know they are here in African descent. Support one another, go to the African business. And by the way, one of the biggest things that we're working on this year to make sure is that bring Africans products here. The food that we grew up with, that we are craving for, that is my mission. That's what I'm actually trying to take responsible for, and I'm hoping to have a success for that.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.